One of the most difficult things that we have to deal with as researchers, if you're graduate students right now, if you're PhD students, if you're thinking of getting into research, into science, you have to believe in yourself for a long time. You must have such strong beliefs in yourself that you can motivate yourself for years, if not decades, to get up and get going. Even though a lot of days it is challenging to get up and get going, and a lot of days you don't feel like you have the strength to get up and get going. But I'm here to tell you that what you're doing is incredibly important. For all of you who are just starting out on the journey, for those of you who are assistant professors, associate professors, and full professors, it is incredible what you're doing. You're making such a large difference in this world, even though it doesn't feel like it at this moment. So if you don't know me, I am Professor David Maslach. I'm Associate Professor of Innovation Strategy and Entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There are so many people that help me out that I want to pay the favor forward to help you out. And of course, the infamous Izzy the dog right here. We are going for a jog and getting out. It's Boxing Day, December 26th, 2020. And we just need to get out and burn off some of that pecan pie. But I wanted to talk to you about that what you're doing is very important. And for those of you who are just starting out on this journey, know it's going to be a journey. It's going to be very difficult. And culturally, in this day and age, I think we are in a moment where science is probably at an all-time low in terms of how people believe or what people believe in science. And the world is very divided in how they feel about what science is about. And I think we, as researchers, as scientists, as academics, we have to reinstill this belief, not only in science and have other people try to believe it, but the first thing that you have to do to get other people to believe in what you're doing is actually believe in it yourself and believe that you can make a larger impact in this world. So I implore you to try to figure out why you're doing the thing that you're doing. Try to get a sense of, as Simon Sinek says, is getting your sense of why, getting to that moment of, I'm doing this for this particular reason, and I'm okay with the situation that I'm currently in. And the more that you believe in that and you have a good sense of what that's about, the more that you can sort of find opportunities that will come your way. Because it's so important to recognize those opportunities. And the only way you can recognize those opportunities that come your way is when you have a good sense of why you're doing the things that you're doing. Otherwise, those opportunities, they disappear. You don't pay attention to them. You don't see those things that are otherwise somewhat blessings from God, whatever that God is for you and whatever that looks like for you. But they truly are opportunities. These opportunities are often very, very difficult to observe. But if you have a good sense of why you're doing those things and what you're about, then you can persist and see those things when they do come your way. So I want to tell you that what you're doing is very important. And if you are a graduate student that's thinking of doing science for the rest of your life, if you are an assistant professor, if you're an associate or a full professor or a emeritus professor, what you're doing has had impact in this world. Now, this impact might not happen immediately, but this impact happens over decades, because the things that you've written, the things that you have done are being read, and they do impact other researchers in the future. And it might not be until 70, 80 years down the road where somebody actually has read the thing that you've written. But those things often have a very real impact in this world. As we could see in the world around us, that science does make a difference. It's slow, it's painful, it's ugly all the time. But if you make those little steps forward into the world of uncertainty, into the challenges, into the difficult uncertain world of exploring something new, that's something nobody else has done. And if you have that sense of why you're doing that, and you are proud of that thing, then you can persist and you can keep going, and your impact is larger than you think. So get going. Do that scientific thing that you want to do, and really believe that you're going to have a large impact.